Yo. Yo. Give y'all a minute to get up in here. We going live, y'all. Or we all live. How y'all doing? Kelvin Black was good. Shit is crazy, man. Shit is crazy. We're going to get into this real quick. Give y'all a minute to get up in here. Do me a favor. Let me know if the sound is good, and also hit that like button on the way in. Hit the like button on the way in so I know everything is copacetic. It's going to be a interesting live stream, y'all. And, I had to be careful with the title, okay? Because they don't like words like white boy and black boy and all that type of shit. So I had to be real creative with the title. So bear with me. All right, cool, Alicia. I appreciate that. We're going to get into this, man. I don't know if y'all heard about this, but I actually wanted to wait a couple days. I heard about this story. I think it was Friday or Thursday. And I wanted to give it a few days to see if anybody would talk about this and see what they would have to say, but no one has touched it yet. So I'm here to let y'all know what's going on with the situation. Plus, I wanted to get the scoop on what the parents had to say. We're actually going to go back a little bit on the video. But let me preface this by saying this. Look, white people. I'm going to talk to y'all for a minute. White people. I know that there are those of you who are racist. Okay? There are racist white folks out there. I'm not one of these black conservatives who believe that there's no racism and that racism doesn't affect people, blah, blah, blah. Look, don't get your racist white kid fucked up. Okay? Don't get your racist white kid fucked up. Because these two parents here, these parents right here, they're nice. Okay? They're good people. And, good neighbors. You'll see what happened in the video, but do not get your kids fucked up because you're spewing racism to your child and they feel like they can go around doing whatever they want to black people because they'll get fucked up, okay? That's just the reality of it. Don't get your racist white kid fucked up. If you're racist and your kid's racist, that's all fine and dandy. Racial slurs, all the other shit. That shit does not concern me. But when you come onto my property, when your child comes onto my property with a whip beating on my door, now you asking for a different kind of smoke. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to get in the video, but I'm just letting y'all know. Look, I'm not calling for violence, but I will let you know. And y'all know how I am. I don't hate white people. I don't think all white people are racist, but if you're not a racist white person and you have the ear of white people, or if you're a black conservative, I really implore you black conservatives, tell them that, because y'all enable these racists, all right? I'm going to just keep it real with y'all. Y'all enable them and let them think that they can get away with whatever they want because you're saying, oh, there's no such thing as racism. Racism isn't a problem in this country. When clearly it is, as you'll see from the video. I mean, this is just a small example of where this shit could lead to. And this is not a hoax. Because I know they love to throw out, oh, it was a hoax and this, that, and the third. Listen, don't get your white kids fucked up. You understand what I'm saying? Link Hellefeld was good. Alicia Trigg said, honestly, they are too nice, but that's just me. Those saltines know exactly who to mess with. Let me tell y'all something. Yeah, I mean, They probably lived next to these people for a little bit, and yeah, it's. I'm gonna just let y'all know, man. Do not get your little white kids fucked up, because you might not run into nice black people like this. They're nice and patient. They were patient with your child. That's not going to happen all the time. Let me remind you of a story where the black man in South Carolina smacked a white man 17 times because he called him the N-word. And the black man did not go to jail. Don't think that this is the 1950s and y'all could walk us down the street and kick us and throw ice cream on our head in the ice cream parlor because we decided that we wanted to eat with white people. This is not those days. You'll get handled. So let's get into this, man. Let's get into this. Let me know if y'all can hear everything.
Check out this video of this little boy coming to my house, beating on my door with a whip, trying to attack my daughter. Take a look at this. Also, please like, share, and comment.
Little boy, you better get your from off my porch, beating on my.
Look how jumpy he got. Look how jumpy he got. All right. He has some level of fear of God in him. Look how he jumped.
You better get your from off my porch, beating on my door like this.
Look how he jumped.
Get your from off my porch, beating on my door like this.
What is that?
I will call the police. You need to leave. Don't you ever beat on my door like that. Go.
You see that shit? Now look. They couldn't charge him because of the boy's age. These are the police, y'all. The police aren't going to protect your black ass because of the boy's age. The Nash said they were disappointed in the Kaufman County officers handling of the situation. Look at this shit.
They completely down.
You see that? Hold on. Look what they said. Look. Hold on. What is this? What is that? The officer said they should let things blow over since the boy's family is moving. Okay. Something's going to blow over if you keep fucking around. Something's going to blow over, all right. But the police, they don't want to protect your black ass. Let me tell you something. The police don't want to protect nobody. But they damn sure ain't going to protect a black family from a racist white family. That's just a reality of it. As you can see from this example. I'm not going to say that that's the case everywhere. But it's just like I told y'all about the Buffalo shooting. If you're a leader, if you're a real leader, and you call yourself a leader, what happened in Buffalo should prompt you to tell your people, arm up and prepare to defend yourselves because they coming after black people. You understand what I'm saying? This is the type of shit right here, right, that gets overlooked by conservatives, white conservatives, black conservatives. They'll tell you, oh, this doesn't change my life. It doesn't affect my life in any means, form, or fashion. But the boy scratched her fucking car. Oh, it's just a scratch. You can just get some stuff and rub it in and then the scratch will go away. That's not the point. What about the little girl? How do you think that she's going to be affected by this? Seeing a white boy come to her house with a fucking whip. And y'all mad about racial theory or whatever they call that? Critical race theory? This is probably why they want critical race theory. Because to let little white boys like this know, this shit ain't okay. Understand? Okay, we all just get along. That's funny. Buck Nash said, another dude, bitch ass minor mouse getting his bank account seized by the IRS for not paying taxes. Okay, well, Y'all know how I feel about extortion. That's extortion, but, you know, you can go ahead and extort a pedophile for all I care. Pedophiles have no rights. So, you know what I'm saying? Of course, the cops don't do shit. This, why I'm so proud. Stand your ground. Yeah. Look, other fellas, we have to police our own neighborhoods because nothing but white racists sign up. I mean, if you look at this as an example, I'm not going to extrapolate every police force in every county and every fucking city based on this incident, but the officer could have charged her. Yeah, she could have, you know, for trespassing. Hey, charge the parents. That's what you do. You can't charge the boy, charge the parents, because the parents is out of pocket on this one.
They completely downplayed the whip. They said the whip was not a weapon. You know,
the whip is not a weapon. That's what they told him. That's what the police told these people. The whip is not a weapon. And pardon the camera, y'all. I'm using the freaking laptop camera. I'm going to get me a camera soon for better imagery and shit. You know what I'm saying? All that type of shit. But anyway, the whip is not a weapon, y'all. That's what they said. That's what they said.
When did it not become a weapon?
right.
I'm shocked that there's not an acknowledgement of, I mean, this thing about the whip is not a weapon. Like, there's clear symbolism that should be addressed.
Facts. Look, I don't like those TMZ guys. I don't like those guys, but facts are facts. Truth is truth. Truth is truth, and facts are facts, no matter who's saying it. And look at this. Look what happens when they go to confront the little white boy's parents. Look what happens.
We can't even have a conversation with them.
That's a real man right
Your
there.
son beat on mine. I need to talk about these damages to my car. I need to show you the video of your son hitting our door with this whip and hitting our car. My son never touched your car.
We
You got
have
no video that he touched your car?
the neighbor does across the street. You have a gun.
Come over here on my side and see what the
You
fuck
have a.
He won't go to your side because he know you lay his ass down. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is what I'm talking about. I try not to. Look, you see this shit right here? This motherfucker right here thinks he can get away with this shit. He thinks that his son can go over to his neighbor, a black neighbor's house, hit the door with a whip, damage their car, and look at him. Look at his slovenly punk ass. This is what you get when the ABLs and the B Tatums and the motherfucking conservative white, whatever the fuck his name, conservative black perspective in the Hodge. I don't think the Hodge twins would roll with this, but this is due to the enabling of the B Tatums and the ABLs. I can guarantee you this motherfucker watches B Tatum and ABL. That's why they think they could do shit like this. Because the ABLs and the B Tatum say, look, oh, don't let can't no white person stop you. Ain't no such thing as blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something, man. He probably knows half the police department. In towns like this, that's how it works. They his buddies. You understand what I'm saying? They probably went to school with this motherfucker. Look at him. Look at him. Right? Inconsequential type of cat, right? He has a gun, but he didn't use it on you. So now that he pulled that gun out, you're on his property. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But he comes onto your property, you know there's hostile intent. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter they're fucking moving out. The po-po need to do their fucking job as they said sworn to do, but they're not going to do that. And that's why even, we don't need fucking police. What do we need police for? Not a motherfucking thing. We don't need police for shit. They are worthless. You understand what I'm saying?
I've already come out before.
Come on, let's do it. No, baby, get back. Oh my
Look
God.
at this idiot.
Oh my God.
Look at this idiot. motherfucker fired a warning shot into his own ground and shit. Well, fucking idiot. Fired a shot. Oh, he puts the gun down. Oh, come on with it, boy. Well, let's handle it, boy. Come on, Negro. Come on. Come on. I'll put the gun down. And as soon as the motherfucker come at him with it, he picked the gun back up. It probably wasn't even an intentional warning shot. His dumb ass was probably scared, pulled that trigger. That's what I think really happened. It didn't look like no warning shot to me. His ass got scared, pulled that fucking trigger, and they thought it was a warning shot. Let's look at that again.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Hold on.
I've already come out before.
Come on, let's do
All right,
it.
let's
No,
see.
baby, get back.
See, yeah.
Oh my God!
That was not a warning shot.
God.
Let me tell y'all something. That was not a warning shot. That was his scared bitch ass pulling that trigger because he's a scared bitch ass motherfucker. That's just what it is. That wasn't a warning shot. That was an unintentional, that was an accidental discharge. I can guarantee you that. Let's look at that again. Hold up. Is this it? Let's see. Oh, he put the gun down there. Put the gun, let me see. Let's go over this shit.
You have a.
All right.
I've already come out before.
Come on, let's do it. No, baby, get back.
Look at him.
Oh my
What an
God!
idiot. What an idiot. So this is why they look at motherfuckers and be like, oh, we need common sense gun control. Because this fool can't even, look at him. Look at this dumb ass. Poor handling of that weapon. That was an accident. He could have killed his own fucking kid. He could have, you know what I'm saying? That shit could have ricocheted and did whatever. That was not a warning shot.
Oh my God! You have a gun. No, baby, get back. Oh my God!
Hold on. What did it say?
Oh my God!
Damn it. I need to be faster with this shit. All right. After the gun discharge, in his daughter's direction, what? So that wasn't a warning shot. I thought this is my first time seeing the video. So they said initially they said it was a warning shot, but apparently it was not a warning shot. Good. His dumb ass got arrested for almost killing his fucking daughter. Good. Look at this fucking idiot, man. He was released from jail after posting bail. Considering legal action, they need to do more to consider that shit. Let me tell you something. That motherfucker almost killed his daughter. Almost killed his daughter because he's so goddamn scared. That is not a real man, y'all. That's a frumpy, slovenly idiot who don't even have good gun handling skills. And these are the type of motherfuckers that they will use to push gun control. Thank you very much, you idiot. Rashad Given was good. Link Hellfell, yes, black guns matter, and that's for show. Watered down Christianity made seven soft with the forgive devils and turn their other cheek. Yeah, that's not what the word of God says. It's a lie, all taken out of context. Real shit. I mean, look, man. Buck Nasty, you on some shit. You knock on my door like that, you getting lead all up in you. I mean, I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that. Yeah, he's a kid. Listen, man, you on my property, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I'm not saying to go around. I'm not saying that. I'm not calling for violence. I believe in the non-aggression principle. But when you aggress upon me, when you initiate aggression on me, I have to return it in kind and tenfold. You understand what I'm saying? The parents should be held accountable. Rashad. That's real shit. Sage the World was good. Metaslave, what's up, man? This is insane. I hope they are moving to the woods. This is my first time seeing this. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have shot the kid. It wouldn't be a need to. The kid has just a whip in his hand. Wouldn't be a need. But if these were people, the type of people that would do that, and they shot that kid, who would you have to blame? who would you blame? You're not going to just shoot a kid, right? But some people are fucking crazy. Who would be to blame for that? Yeah, you would have to blame the people that shot the kid because obviously the kid is not a threat. He just has a whip, right? I wouldn't need to shoot the kid. Wouldn't be necessary. But I would have marched his ass off my fucking property, and then I would have told his bitch ass daddy, look, if you or your child come on my property again, it's going to be some problems. You understand what I'm saying? So, Link Hellfeld says, no, you right, big bro. History shows violence and war is all these devils understand. Me power, power. You can't even be mad at those type of assessments that Link Hellfeld just said. You can't be mad at that type of shit just based simply on what's going on in this situation. What's going on in Buffalo? What happened in Buffalo? What happened in Virginia with Dylan Roof? That type of shit. Christchurch. All those type of motherfuckers. Yeah, false flag this, false flag that. Look. They would love for that type of shit to be false flags because it would hide the fact that racism exists and can be a problem and that white supremacy could be a problem. Is it the biggest problem in this country? No, it's not. To me, the biggest problem in this country is the government. You understand what I'm saying? That's the biggest problem we have in this country is government. I don't think white supremacy is the biggest problem in this country. I don't even think it's close. But it exists. And you have people with this type of mentality like this kid and his fucking parents that have that type of mentality like, oh, yeah, you know, they don't like Negroes. They think we're lazy, all this, that, and the third. And it breeds this type of shit. Now you got an idiot white boy discharging his stupid ass firearm in his daughter's direction. And this is just another reason for motherfuckers to take power and take control from our lives away from us, to take our freedoms away. This is the type of shit that breeds this whole gun control narrative. This is the ammunition they need, and these motherfuckers keep giving it to them. And they just keep giving it to them. When if somebody like me who looks at it logically, I would tell these black parents, you need to make sure that you're carrying and that you're safer with your firearm than he is. It doesn't make me look at, oh, well, we mean to make sure you black parents don't have guns either. Oh, this crazy white boy accidentally discharged his weapon in his daughter's direction, so we're going to punish you two for it? No. That's not how it's supposed to work. How it needs to work is, oh, that white boy, he's actually, he looks a little bit jumpy on the trigger, so you want to make sure you have the means to defend yourself in case you have another encounter with that motherfucker. That's how I'm looking at it. Not like these politicians who say, oh, see that? That's why nobody needs guns. When that's not the truth. That's not reality. You understand? So, shit's crazy, man. Shit's crazy. So there we have that. There we have that. Let me see what y'all talking about real quick. The Nash family finna get paid out of, I don't know if they got any money. Black Spring with Autumn, how you doing? Black Spring with Autumn in the building. So, look, that's just what it is, man. The reality is, this shit exists, racism exists, and, you know, it rears its ugly head. No, not that. It rears its ugly head from time to time in that forum. And all we can do is we have to deal with the reality of shit, right? You have so many people that operate from extremes. either racism exists to the point where we can't get shit done in our lives, or it doesn't exist at all, and we got to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. When that's not even the reality. The reality is somewhere in the middle, where racism exists, and it can hold you back, but it's not going to hold everyone back, and that for that reason, you have to get to a position where you can affect real change for your own people. You understand what I'm saying? But we know that a lot of these people don't like that, especially like Brandon Tatum. Remember how mad he got when those black families in Georgia bought 99 acres of land and said they wanted to build a community that was safe for black people, and he took that to mean that white people aren't allowed, and he got so upset. I showed you guys, I think it was a couple years ago, I was doing a Rucking Live. I showed you the comments of what these motherfuckers were saying, how upset and angry they were because black people were pulling themselves up by the bootstraps. But that's what you told us to do. You told us to put ourselves up by our bootstraps, and we bought some fucking land, and now you mad about it because we said we wanted a safe space for black people? But we're not supposed to ask for handouts. We're not supposed to do this, that, and the third. But we're supposed to coddle white people when we get land. We're supposed to say, "Oh, white people, yeah, you can come. We have no problem with you." No, we don't have to say that. We don't have to say that. Not to say that white people aren't allowed, but what I'm saying is we don't have to make white people feel comfortable about shit. Because white people have never went out of their way altruistically to make black people feel comfortable about having a place in the country. And when I mean altruistically, just out of the pure kindness of their heart, not because they have white guilt or feel like they have to prove something. Or I have to prove I'm not racist, so I'm going to go the extra mile to do this, that, and the third. I'm going to paternalize myself toward black people. I'm going to take on paternal instincts instead of looking at them like, oh, well, they're my equals, and they, you know what I'm saying? They take on this paternal thing. It's like, oh, I'm your daddy and your mommy. So black people, we're going to take care of you. We know what's best for you. No, we don't need that either. Black people don't need that. But that's what they do on the other side. That's what these Democrats do. They think they know what's best for black people, and they use black people as, bargaining chips, power tokens when they want to, get a vote. This is what happens when we're really maybe black people just want to be left the fuck alone. Give us the reparations, which I believe in the form of not coming from taxpayers, right? I explained where the reparations would come from before, but they give you this whole thing to discount reparations. Oh, it's going to come from the taxpayer. No, it wouldn't come from the taxpayer. It would come from the many dozens to hundreds of corporations that have benefited directly from slavery up until this day, that are billion-dollar corporations. That's where it would come from. And we're talking about corporations that already get government subsidies and corporate welfare. That's what we're talking about. But they don't want to explore that. They just want to act like, oh well, if we do the reparations thing, it's going to come from the taxpayer, and black people are just going to piss it away, and they're going to buy a 40 ounces. They're going to go and buy some bling bling and all the other shit. When there's many of black people that could do some real good with that type of money. You know what I'm saying? Land ownership, all that type of shit, but they won't ever give it to us. When it comes to reparations for black people, it's always, oh, we have to have a discussion, or we have to do a study. And this is coming from Democrats. Oh, we got to do a study. We got to do we got to read a book and get together and talk about it. But when it comes to Ukraine, they didn't have to do a study for that shit. They gave their asses $40 billion. $40 billion, much of which is not going to Ukraine, right? You know what? I'm going to pull that up too. I mean, much of that is going to defense contracts, right? And look, it's so hard to find the shit because they don't want you to know what's all in the shit. You know what? Let me get the bill number, and then we can look it up on Congress.gov. But it's ridiculous. They didn't hesitate. They did not hesitate. I mean, what's his name? Rand Paul tried to get it, tried to stall it out. But I mean, there's only so much he can do. Hold on. I mean, it's ridiculous. $40 billion to Ukraine. What's the name of this bill? What's the name of the bill? Because I looked it up on Congress.gov yesterday. But you got to have the bill number. But it's ridiculous. Nick Hillefeld said, "You will smack the boy in Ghost of Tsushima?" That's funny. Hell, the black father did the right thing by trying to talk to the white dude to come up with a compromise, but the white guy had to act like, yeah. I mean, apples and trees. But yeah, I don't negotiate with terrorists, and they can get the business as young as 10, like they did to continue to ours. Emmett Till, I mean, that's real shit. Black Spring, you said you're hanging around? We are a nation within a nation. They make you feel guilty or wrong for saying people and loving your own people. And we have to include everyone. That includes us. Black people have been bamboozled. I mean, Head Deuce was good. The government is a corporation that doesn't care about blacks or whites. No, they really don't. But they care less about black people than white people. Hey, Black Spring, do you know the name of that Ukraine bill? What was the damn it. Cause I just want to show you guys what's in this shit, and I don't want no fucking condensed list. Because if you go to Reuters, they're not going to show you everything. They're going to give you the big items. Like, no, we don't want the big items. We want everything. We want to know all the shit that's going in here. Not no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a fucking joke. I mean, look. Anybody know the name of that bill? No, not all of it's going to Ukraine, Rashad. That's what I'm saying. And we seeing $40 billion to Ukraine, but we can't get fucking baby formula. We don't have baby formula, right? We don't have fucking baby. Hold on, guys. Yeah, I mean, we can't even get baby formula. baby formula. We're getting baby formula from Germany. They're sending us baby formula. And we're sending $40 billion to Ukraine. What happens if Russia wins? Well, it's going to take them forever to win because we're going to keep doing shit to prolong this thing, which is going to mean more money for the defense contractors, which means more money in kickbacks to politicians. That's what happens. They don't want this war to end. All right. Baby formula arrives from Germany with mothers desperate around the U.S. What? Where the fuck is the story? What is all this shit? All right. I got all these fucking... I've got to throw the ad blocker on. Let's see. I don't understand what the fuck. This shit is retarded. Hold on. Bear with me. But you get the gist. Motherfuckers can't get it together. Look. All right, here we go. Exactly. Military slush fund. But this is what we're dealing with. We're sending $40 billion to Ukraine, and Germany has to send us baby formula. Where do they do that at? Why is this a thing? That we can send $40 billion to Ukraine, but we don't have enough baby formula. And other countries have to send us baby formula. Please tell me again how our government is useful. Tell me the use of government. A shipment of baby formula has arrived Sunday in Indianapolis on a military aircraft from Germany to address the nationwide shortage. The formula will be distributed to areas around the country where there is the most acute need. A Biden administration official earlier told CNN. The shipment includes 132 pallets of formula, which arrived on one C-17 cargo plane. The formula originated from Zurich, Switzerland, and was trucked to Germany, where it was loaded on a C-7. We're sending baby food to the border for immigrants, right? Pallets and pallets of baby formula. They're getting all this formula. Because why? But they have to by law. That's what they're saying. By law, they have to provide food, shelter, blah, 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 for the immigrants that they're holding. They're sending pallets of baby food to Germany, to the border. And they're sending $40 billion to Ukraine for aid, for food, and all that type of shit. But Germany has to send us 132 pallets of formula. Please tell me how the government is useful. Please tell me that the government is necessary. Please tell me how and why. Who's going to build the roads? We built the fucking roads. That's who builds the roads. We don't need, the government doesn't anoint you with the ability to engineer shit. You do that all on your own. You can still go to school. You can still take classes. You can still do on-the-job training. You can still do internships. You can still learn how to do all this shit without the fucking government. As a matter of fact, the government is a hindrance to advancement, right? It's a hindrance to advancement in the proper direction. Like Hellfield said, me personally, I'm not trying to save none of them because, believe me, they won't save you. That's real shit. Nicolette Moore says, that's odd as F. We're getting baby formula from another country. These babies don't even use the brands they're sending. Hey, I mean, I can't make heads or tails of it myself. The other one said, yep, us had all the manufacturers at one time, but sent everything overseas so black people wouldn't have it and moved to the suburbs and brought it all to the big cities down and left ghettos. I mean, but it's not just black people being affected by this formula shortage, right? The point is to see how worthless the fucking government is. That's all this is showing me. That this is even necessary. That is necessary for us to get essentially what is humanitarian aid from another country when we have the means to make the shit happen ourselves. We just choose not to, right? Just like with fuel, with gas. Gas is going up every day. It's over $7 a gallon in California. It's like $4.30 here in South Carolina. And it doesn't have to be that way. Like, we have the capability and the resources to drill for more oil. Yes, I know environmentally it's not the ideal thing. But worse things can happen if we continue down this path, right? Yes, we want green energy. I agree with renewable energy, green energy, but there are issues with it, right? There's issues with these solar panels. There are issues with the batteries, right? They're not as clean. There are certain things you have to do. You got to have inverters. You got to do this. You got to do that. You have to make the products. You have to charge the batteries for these cars, these electric cars, and that takes fuel because it's basically generated, through a generator that uses fossil fuel. Unless you have an EV station at your house that's hooked up to your solar panel, which most people don't, you're not going to get the benefit of that renewable energy. Now, if you had a house with with multiple batteries that could power your entire home and power your EV station, okay, then you're doing something. You're doing something. If you don't have to be connected to the grid, if you're actually putting power back onto the grid, you're doing something. But I mean, it's not going to happen like that. It's not going to happen fast enough for enough people, and most people cannot afford that. Most people can't afford that whole system I just mentioned. Most people can't afford that. But what can be done is they can drill for that oil, right? So that we're not dependent on foreign oil, which is going to raise prices. They're talking about going to Venezuela. They're talking about they're begging Saudi Arabia for more fuel at cheaper prices. Why are we doing that? If it's about green energy, then you wouldn't go to those people, right? You would do the smart thing. You would continue to do it at home, where you know you have you have control and you have a handle on how it's being done. You're doing it in the most clean and efficient way possible. You know what I'm saying? And that you're gonna feel good about it. You're gonna say, you know what? We produced our own oil. We are energy efficient. We're energy independent, and we're doing it better than any other country that's producing oil. And we're doing it cleaner and with less pollution. We might have spills every now and then, but there are ways to take care of this. The whole green energy thing, that's just bullshit. This is just a way to get us in a desperate situation so that they can present a solution that we'll just bow down and beg for. They're talking about prices going to $10 a gallon this summer. And then you're talking about other energy costs. You're talking about to run the air conditioner in your house. They're going to raise those rates because guess why? They use fossil fuels to power that shit. It's just a whole sick game. Similac is a new hustle. That's real shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just a desperate. These are just attempts to get us in a desperate situation so that we'll take whatever they throw at us, right? So we'll accept anything from them. That's what they do. Now they talking about this smallpox shit. Oh man, they're so desperate. They're so desperate to remove our rights, right? They're so desperate for it. Smallpox or the monkeypox. They got this monkeypox thing going on, where it's like, oh, there's a monkeypox outbreak, and look, don't nobody want to get a bunch of pustules on their skin, right? Don't nobody want to get no headaches and no fevers, none of that shit. You don't want to have to get the monkeypox and go through that shit. But there are countries where they're already doing mandatory lockdowns for the monkeypox. Mandatory shit. Let's see. I mean, there are multiple countries. What is this? They're so desperate for it. They're even talking about it. For monkeypox. Monkeypox is not something that's deadly. Like Belgium, right? Belgium becomes the first country to introduce mandatory monkeypox quarantine. I mean, that looks horrible. That looks annoying. It looks painful. All that type of shit. But you have to have very close contact to get monkeypox. You have to be basically humping and fucking a motherfucker. Kissing and touching, rubbing and all that type of shit. It's not like the so-called coof, right? Where it's airborne and it, you can breathe it through your skin and all that type of shit. No. Belgium has become the first country to introduce a mandatory 21-day quarantine. 21 days. "21-day quarantine for monkeypox." All right. is typically endemic in Africa. Health authorities in Belgium introduced the measure Friday after the country reported its third case. 3 cases. Three cases, and they're locking and they're issuing mandatory quarantine, 21 days. Belgium's compulsory measures apply only to patients with confirmed infection, right? For now. Close contacts are not required to self-isolate, but are encouraged to remain vigilant. Infected person will have to go into contact isolation until the injuries have healed. Who knows how long that's going to take? I'm not saying that if you have the monkeypox, you should be going around hugging motherfuckers. But, you want to be able to go outside. You want to be able to go do shit. You want to get some fresh air. You can't do that. Monkeypox, you're not coughing and sneezing and it's getting and motherfucking catching it. They will receive concrete instructions from the treating doctor. The UK, meanwhile, said those who have a high risk of catching the disease should self-isolate for 21 days. What does that even mean? Let's see. Those who have high risk. Those who have a high risk. Not even having gotten it. If you have the high risk, whatever the fuck that means, right? Well, let's see what they say it means. Monkeypox contracted guidance, classification of contacts, and advice for vaccination follow-up. Exposure risk category. Unprotected directed contact with high-risk environmental contact. Direct exposure of broken skin or mucous membranes to monkeypox case. One symptomatic. Their body fluids, potentially infectious material, including on the clothing or bedding, without wearing PPE. This includes inhalation of droplets or dust from cleaning contaminated rooms, mucosal exposure to splashes, penetrating sharp injury from contaminated device or through contaminated gloves. People who normally share residence with a person who has been diagnosed with monkeypox and who have spent at least one night in the residence during the period when the case was infectious. Okay, so in the UK, this is what they're telling people. All right, if you fall into that category, unprotected exposure to infectious materials, including droplets or airborne potential route. There is no airborne monkeypox. Monkeypox is not airborne. But I guess it's just a general. No, this is monkeypox. Monkeypox contact tracing guidance. Intact skin only contact with symptomatic monkeypox case, their body fluids or potentially infectious material or contaminated fomite. Passengers seated directly next to the case on plane, or no direct contact but within 1 meter of symptomatic monkeypox case without wearing appropriate PPE. Monkeypox is not fucking airborne. You have to have extremely close contact. It's not that contagious. But they want you to quarantine for 21 days if you fall into that shit under those categories. Nikelvo said, if this were a test, they see how people would react before they roll out this Agenda 21. All these guns are shooting them, slowing down their agenda. Yeah, no, they want to get, trust me, they want the guns gone. Monkeypox is not fucking airborne. Why is there a 1 meter shit? I'm within 1 meter of a motherfucker who had monkeypox. I mean, I don't want to be around a motherfucker who got monkeypox because I don't want that shit. But 1 meter? Come on, man. How do you, come on. Monkeypox is a rare disease caused by monkeypox virus, part of the smallpox family, with symptoms including rashes, fevers, headaches, muscle ache, swelling, and back pain. Though typically less severe than monkeypox, health experts are growing concerned about the genesis of a recent outbreak starting in early May in countries beyond Central and West Africa. Apparently some guy from UK brought the shit to the UK from Africa. My question is, all the years, all the decades that motherfuckers been going in and out of Africa, between Africa, the UK, the United States, all these other countries, now motherfuckers bringing monkeypox back from Africa. But motherfuckers been going back and forth from Africa all this time. What was it? Health authorities, including the U.S. Centers of Disease Control and Infection and the UK's Health and Security Agency, said they have not noted a particular concentration of cases among men who have sex with men. Interesting. And urged gay and bisexual men in particular to be aware of any unusual rashes or lesions. Particular concentration. Why is my highlight weird? Particular concentration of cases among men who have sex with men, and urge gay and bisexual men in particular to be aware of any unusual rashes or lesions. This is what this is saying, YouTube. I'm not saying this. This is what they're saying on MS or CNBC. It's a CNBC article. This is not me saying this. I think the monkeypox literally in Avatar: Last Airbender, fake disease in that episode. Chickenpox comparison. It's probably very similar to chickenpox. Nope, don't go around breaking your girls' hearts. Very interesting. As of Saturday, the World Health Organization reported there were 92 cases in 12 countries, and a further 28 suspected cases are under investigation. The U.S., UK, Canada, Australia, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Sweden, Belgium, Portugal, and the Netherlands have all confirmed cases. I mean, that's nasty, right? That looks nasty as fuck. You don't want this. I'm not downplaying it. You don't want it. But come on. The public health body said recent reported cases had no links to travel from endemic countries, which is unusual for the disease. It usually spreads via human to human or human to animal contact. Epidemiological investigations are ongoing. However, reported cases thus far have mainly but not exclusively been identified among men who have sex with men seeking care in primary care and sexual health clinics. Yeah, I'm going to stay away from men for a while. How about that? Huh? More monkeypox cases likely. See that? They're letting you know there's going to be more of this shit going on. There's going to be more and more and more and more. There's going to be more monkeypox cases. There's going to be more of them. The recent surge in community cases, particularly within urban areas. Particularly in urban areas, What is that a euphemism for? To have it appear now, more than 100 cases in 12 different countries with no obvious connection means we have to figure out what's happening. Interesting. What else did this happen with? What other disease did this happen with where the shit just showed up in all these countries spontaneously and simultaneously with no apparent link? What other disease? Starts with a C. I don't know. Very interesting. Oh, Seth Berkley. Look who said this. Look who said it, huh? Seth Berkley, CEO of Global Alliance Gavi, told CNBC Monday. Gavi, CEO of Global Vaccine Alliance, Gavi. I'm going to show y'all something else. Let me show y'all something else. Very interesting. Show y'all this.
The Biden administration is
Show y'all this real quick.
ordering over $100 million worth of monkeypox vaccines. It comes after the first case of the viral disease was reported in the U.S.
Did y'all get that? Did y'all get that?
Ordering over $100 million worth of The Biden administration is ordering over $100 million worth of monkeypox vaccines. It comes after the first case.
What's this? What's this say? I don't know why my highlight is a weird color. I don't know why it's. I don't understand it. Seth Berkley, Global Vaccine Alliance Gavi, the CEO of that.
The Biden administration is ordering over $100 million.
Now, what does this guy say? More monkeypox cases likely. To have it appear now, more than 100 cases in 12 different countries with no obvious connection means we have to figure out what's happening. The truth is, we don't know what that is, and therefore how severe it's going to be. But it's likely that we're going to see more cases. We're talking about the CEO of Global Alliance Gavi, Global Vaccine Alliance Gavi. The truth is we don't know what that is, and therefore how severe, is going to be. But it's likely we're going to see more cases. That's what he said. Though most cases of monkeypox are mild and typically resolve within 2 or 4 weeks, there is currently no proven vaccine. Look, I'm just reading from the thing, okay? I'm just reading from the CNBC YouTube. I'm not saying anything about the V word in any shape, form, or fashion that's negative or nothing. I'm just reading from the shit right here. There's currently no proven Vaseline. The smallpox V has proven 85% effective in preventing infection. And some countries have already begun stockpiling doses. 85% effective. Okay. Effective in what manner? Berkeley cautioned that the new outbreak occurring even as the existing this is not over yet was a warning to authorities to invest more resources into infectious diseases. Invest more resources. The Global Vaccine Alliance. The CEO of that feels like governments, right? Governments warning authorities, right, from the government to invest more resources into infectious diseases. Ooh, thunder. We got thunder outside, y'all. He was speaking to the World Economic Forum. World Economic Forum. Wow. The CEO of Gavi was speaking at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, where political and business leaders have gathered this week to discuss key global issues, including pandemic preparedness. This is evolutionarily certain that we're going to see more outbreaks. And that's why pandemic preparedness is so important. Look at what it can do economically when you have a pandemic hit. I'm just reading from this here article. I'm going to let y'all draw your own conclusions because YouTube would not like me to do that because I've used too many words already in its fullness and correctness to say anything about it without risking getting my channel taken down. So I'm going to let y'all draw your own conclusions from everything I just highlighted here. I don't know why this shit keeps... what is this? What is this bird shit? Like, come on, man. I don't want that on my fucking shit. All right. This is evolutionarily certain that we're going to see more outbreaks, he said. We're talking about Berkeley, the CEO of Gavi. That's why pandemic preparedness is so important. Look at what it can do economically when you have a pandemic hit. So you better invest your money early in preparedness is probably what I'm gathering from this.
You have been very strong throughout saying that the West is complacent about vaccinating itself rather than vaccinating the whole world, that the crisis...
Now we're talking about, look, we're talking about a guy who is a CEO for the Global Alliance Gavi. They're asking him these questions. Now, let's just watch this.
This isn't over for everyone until it's over for everyone rather than just the West as well. Where are we in terms of the COVID crisis before we start talking about the next one, if we may, sir? Good morning to you.
Good morning. So that's absolutely right. And the thing about a pandemic, different from an epidemic, is that you have to be paying attention to the whole world. And so it is in our self-interest, in addition to the right thing to do, to make sure that the whole world is covered. So as of today, we at COVAX have delivered over 1.5 billion doses to the 92 lower and lower middle income countries.
Did they do that for free? Did they do that for free? That's my question.
And coverage in those countries has now gotten up to 46% with 2 doses, which, you know, compares to a global average of around 59, 60%. So there's still some inequities. And of course, averages hide that. There are 18 countries that have less than 10% coverage. And it's going to be critical to make sure at least the high-risk populations in those countries are vaccinated, because it's not over yet. We're continuing to see evolution of the...
Hear what he just said? We're talking about this guy who is the CEO of this. I mean,
virus, another bad variant can come and sweep the world again, as we've seen.
So in those 18 countries, and then the other...
A variant could come and sweep the country. A worse variant. Yes. Even though the trend has been, in terms of the COOF, that the variants have been weaker and weaker as they progress. Now, if you were in the business of this guy, right? If you were in the business of doing this, I got to be real careful how I phrase this question because I've already kicked off the algorithm with the V word. So, what I'm going to ask is, would there be some level of something that could increase for you that is beneficial if said things were to happen that you mentioned in this thing right here? I gotta say it like that. Would that be the case? So would it be incumbent? So let's say I am an exterminator, right? I'm an exterminator. This is a perfect example. I'm an exterminator, and I'm in the business of killing pests, right, that are negatively affecting your neighborhood or neighbor in your house. And there is like a raccoon infestation that's sweeping through your neighborhood, right? And over like 3 or 4 months, you had thousands and thousands of raccoons go through your neighborhood and just fuck shit up. They're in your attic, they're going through your trash can, knocking shit over, rabies, all type of shit. And I'm an exterminator. Would that not be good for my business if that were to happen? Yes, I have to go and kill these raccoons and get rid of them. Right? But let's say I kill most of them and the rest went off into the woods and stay away for a while. And then like 2 raccoons showed up to somebody's house, right? And that neighbor was like, oh, I got 2 raccoons over here. And then I came out, would it help me keep me in business, or would it get me more business if I said, look, what we need to do, there were 2 raccoons at your neighbor's house down the street. I need to help you prepare for the event that we have another raccoon infestation. Because there's no way I can kill all the raccoons. So we need to make sure that you're prepared for the raccoons to come. Because there will be hundreds and thousands of raccoons sweeping your neighborhood. So how about you allow me to prepare your home and yourself for this coming raccoon infestation? Would that not be a way to get me more? Would it not benefit me to say that? Isn't that something that I probably would hope happen? Wouldn't I not hope? Look, I don't want these people. I don't like raccoons. But when these people have raccoons, I make a lot of money. I kind of need these people to have raccoons, rodents, other rodents, ants, fire ants, roaches, mosquitoes. This is my business. I'm just saying. And then we come over here, and what did the Biden administration do?
The administration is ordering over $100 million worth of monkeypox vaccines. It comes after the first case of the viral disease was reported in the U.S. The administration has ordered millions of doses of vaccines to protect against smallpox and monkeypox. The order totals $119 million. The order comes after the first case of monkeypox was confirmed in Massachusetts on Wednesday. Monkeypox is caused by a virus. It is typically limited to Africa, but now it's been found in several countries with over 25 cases reported this month. The vaccine order was placed with a biotech group based in Denmark called Bavarian Nordic. They will convert their liquid vaccine.
Out of all the decades, people going in and out of Africa. Now we got the monkeypox coming around.
Called Bavarian Nordic. They will convert their liquid vaccine into a freeze-dried version so it has a longer shelf life. The vaccines will be manufactured and invoiced in 2023 and 2024. The smallpox and monkeypox vaccine goes by the name Jynneos in the U.S. The administration has the option to place another $180 million order of the vaccine under the contract. That would
So 119 million, and then another 180 million. Where's that money coming from? Where is that money coming from? Miguel says, we are also way more than 13%. They don't want you to know because they are scared of us taking over and doing to them what they've done to us. They really are afraid of that. Not to say that we would do that, but they are afraid that black people will do them like they did. That is their worst fear for a lot of them. You're absolutely right about that. Rashard Given said, raccoons are cute. Okay, pimpin'. Them raccoons don't play no games. I seen a raccoon stand up and scrap somebody and whoop them out of their clothes, literally. That's funny. You on the east, O'Hare? Where you at? So, yeah. I mean...
That would be for about 13 million freeze-dried doses. Those would be manufactured by 2024 and 2025. The company says the bulk of those doses...
2024 and 20... What the fuck good are those going to do us? By the time this shit is ready, I mean, motherfuckers going to have natural immunity. We got to wait a year to 2 years for these motherfuckers, and we spending what? We're spending this much money? 19 million? 119 million? Look at that. 119 million, and they won't be ready till when? What? What was it? What was it? Interesting.
Has already been made and invoiced. What's more, Australia confirmed its first case of monkeypox. It's a man in his 30s who recently returned from the UK. He was diagnosed with the disease in the state of Victoria. The state's top health official says he was positively confirmed overnight on Thursday. According to the Victorian Health Department, monkeypox does not spread between people easily, though it can be transmitted through lesions, bodily fluids, or contaminated materials. The health minister of...
Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Let's repeat that.
Through lesions, bodily fluids, or contaminated materials. The health minister does not spread between people easily, though it can be transmitted through lesions, bodily fluids, or contaminated materials. The health minister of neighboring state New South Wales says there also may be a case there.
So why the 1 meter distancing? Why the 1 meter distancing? You have to basically have an open fucking sore to spread to somebody. And what did they say about who it spreads mostly amongst? Gay men. Gay men doing what? Exactly. That's the highest concentration of monkeypox recipients are among gay men. Not even gay women, y'all. Not even man or woman. Gay men. That's how much it takes to contract this shit. And most of the people that have gotten it are men. So what are we talking about here? I mean, $119 million and another $180 million. For how many cases in the U.S.? Come on, man.
Virus is not a brand new virus.
Think about this. $119 million and an option for another $180 million. And it won't be ready till 2024 or 2025. But we can't get baby formula put on the shelves. WIC can't get baby formula sent to the mothers. We have to have Germany send us fucking baby formula. We can't handle that. We can't get reparations to black people. We need to have a discussion and a study for that. But for this, for a thing that you basically have to rip an asshole open to contract, $119 million, just like that, after the first fucking case. Case number one, after they discovered one case, this is what happens. How long since slavery ended? Didn't take long for them to give the owners of slaves reparations. Oh, they're not going to talk about that. How the slave owners got reparations. Over 150 years, and it still ain't happened. But after one fucking case in the United States, we're giving taxpayer money $119 million with an option for another $180 million. And Germany has to send us baby formula. Is it the new HIV? It's not even deadly. Not even deadly. It's not even an epidemic, yo. 200 cases. 200 cases outside Africa. Among the world. Well, not among the world. You know, these multiple countries that I mentioned. Why did High Impact make a video saying white supremacy ain't true, but won't speak on the Buffalo shooter? I have no idea, K-Rock. I'd have to ask him that, because that's a damn good question. He thinks that Buffalo was a false flag. That. If you ask him, that's what would be the answer. To foment division among white and black people. And I think it's true. I think they use this to further foment division, but that doesn't mean it didn't actually happen. It doesn't mean that there wasn't a white supremacist involved. You feel me?
Circulating here, but it is the first time it's come to Australia.
Symptoms of monkeypox usually last about 2 weeks to a month. About 1 in 20 people die from it. New South Wales officials say they are taking steps to manage and prevent any future cases.
1 in 20 people. So that's what? 5%? I mean, it's just crazy, man. You're pretty sure it's a false flag, Rashad Givens? Well, I don't know. I agree, go ahead, Deuce. High Impact is better than ABL. Mooch Man 25 Matrix, I have seen videos about Mighty Mouse. He's just getting what's coming to him. You see, sometimes shit will just happen to motherfuckers that are evil. Right? What's happening to Mighty Mouse with the tax shit? That's just the beginning. His whole world's gonna come crumbling down around him. That's what's gonna happen. Because eventually, he ain't going to be able to pay his drivers. And, yeah. That's what I see. Right? Mighty Mouse, he's going to get his. He's definitely going to get his. But, all right, Rashad Givens. Peace out. We live in times where they call right wrong and wrong right. That's right, Link Hellefeld. Sage World says, I don't know about false flag, but I do think it's staged. It's like someone turned on the switch. Nicolette Moore said, looks like big smallpox. When it comes to Buffalo, I mean, who knows? Who knows? Right? All I know is the biggest goal, right? But the biggest thing that they're going to use the Buffalo shooting thing for is not even the racist angle, right? It's the gun control angle. That's what most of the energy is going to be focused on, is gun control. They're going to use it to foment and push gun control. You know, that's what they do. These people are crazy. These people are crazy, and you know, they introduced a couple more pieces of legislation in regards to gun control. I mean, you got the Cory Booker one, and then you got the Dianne Feinstein, which is wild. She basically wants to ban a whole class of firearms for people under 21. All right, hold on. I mean, where is that? What? Oh, this ain't it. The fuck is it? Oh, what the fuck? When did this come out? Shit's old. Whatever. I can't find this shit. I can't find it. Let's see. No, this old. I don't understand. Huh. Hold on. Bear with me. Whew, it's getting hot in this motherfucker. I don't know what happened to it. Wait a minute, here we go. Now this shit. They're really trying to hide this shit. Like, what the fuck? Oh, here it is. Here's something. Washington Senate on Thursday introduced the Age 21 Act. There we go. That's what it's called. Age 21 Act. Here we go. Here it is. The Age 21 Act. So this is just a list. These are divisions, right? Age, arms by individuals under 21 years of age. Definitions. These are just definitions of firearms. So this for people under 21, right? You're not an adult. when it comes to firearms until you're 21. But you are an adult when it comes to other shit. Like either you're an adult at 18 or you're not. Which one is it, right? And the same goes for fucking drinking alcohol. Like, you're an adult. You're not too old to get sent off to war, right? You're not too old for that. You're not too old to carry an M4 to kill people in another country. But in order to own a firearm to defend yourself, you got to be 21. Makes perfect sense. So, these are the definitions. Prohibition on purchase of certain firearms by individuals under 21 years of age. Definitions. Section 921 of Title 18 United States Code is amended by inserting after paragraph 29 the following. The term semi-automatic pistol means any repeating pistol that utilizes a portion of the energy of a firing cartridge to extract the firearm cartridge case and chamber the next round. Well, they want to prohibit that for people under 21. Oh, hey, dude, so you read my book? Oh, that's what's up, man. I appreciate that. Told y'all my book is good. I haven't even thought about that book. I need to complete part 2 of the book, or part 2. I appreciate that, old head. Making a bunch of good videos on mouse. I gotta check that out. Government have a lot to do with these mass shootings. I think I might actually play something from Moochman 25. You can on my other channel. Hey Tyler, we should do a live show on Mighty Mouse sometime. Yeah, we could do that. What's the name of your channel? They fired CERN back up. It's up and running again. No shit. I appreciate that, old head dudes. Yeah, I got a book. It's called The Seeds of Dark Matter Disease. It's on Amazon right now. If y'all want to check it out, but it's a good book. I mean, it is. It's fire. Like I did the damn thing. It's a damn good book. It's a nail biter. It's tense. It's intense. You know what I'm saying? It's just well done. If I do say so myself, but I don't need to say so myself because anybody that's read it would tell you the same shit. But anyway, so some of these definitions requires a separate pull of the trigger to fire each cartridge. The term semi-automatic shotgun means any repeating shotgun that utilizes a portion of the energy of a firing cartridge to extract the fire cartridge case. But you get the gist. Shotguns, and now they want to add the term assault weapon. Semi-automatic assault weapon means any of the following, regardless of country, of manufacturer, or caliber of ammunition accepted. Doesn't matter the caliber or country of origin. A semi-automatic rifle that has the capacity to accept a detachable magazine and any of the following: a pistol grip, a forward grip, a folding, telescoping, or detachable stock, or is otherwise foldable or adjustable in the manner that operates to reduce length, size, or any other dimension, or otherwise enhances the concealability of the weapons. Grenade launcher, barrel shroud, a threaded barrel. Something that would accept sound suppressor. Never mind your hearing, right? A semi-automatic rifle that has a fixed magazine that with the capacity to accept more than 10 rounds. So it's not just rifles with detachable magazines. It's also with fixed magazines that can accept more than 10 rounds. So if it takes more than 10 rounds, whether the magazine is detachable or not, it's a semi-automatic assault weapon. This is crazy. I mean, look at all these definitions. Then you got all these firearms here that they've listed. Look at that. Oh my God, these motherfuckers, man. Shit is crazy. That is suitable for use on a handgun, or a semi-automatic weapon. The covered firearm or covered ammunition is possessed and used by a person in the course of employment. Look, man. This shit is crazy. But that's your girl Dianne Feinstein, man. This is it. Shit is crazy, man. Shit is crazy. Hold on. Let me get back to that. Similar shootings where the gunman is under the age of 21. And this is why they're doing this. Because of these kids that are under the age of 21 doing these so-called mass shootings, allegedly. But that's just how it starts, right? Because, let's do it for kids under 21. And then what happens when someone who's 25 or 26 does it? Oh, the under 30 bill. Increase age by assault weapons. What's going to stop them from increasing the age to 31 or 41 or 51? This is why you don't let them have this shit, because it's a slippery slope. It literally is. Not literally, but it is. In the wake of the latest tragedy, I hope my Republican colleagues can at least support the small common sense. It's not common sense, man. It's not common sense to say that someone who's 18 is an adult and that someone who's 21 is another level of adult. That's not common sense. It's not. Oh boy. Hey, Tyre, or Trap and Bent, or Tap in Rent the Big Brick House. Yeah, that's what's up. You can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this shit up. Shit is crazy, yo. Shit is crazy, man. But this is what happens when you let government do what governments do, man. That's just what it is. Can't escape it. You can no escape it. So yeah, that's what we got, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get off this thing. I'm gonna get off of this. It's been good talking to y'all, man. It's good to get on here and present this shit to you guys. But yeah, that's what it is. I'm gonna go check out Moochman 25's videos, see what he's talking about in regards to Minor Mouse. But man, listen, with the monkeypox stuff, don't go rummaging around in booty holes. You understand? Don't go rummaging around in booty holes. Don't be hugging up and kissing on strangers with open sores. You know what I'm saying? Stay safe, right? Stay safe. Don't fall for the okie dokes. You know what I'm saying? And just, keep your head about yourself, man. Don't let these motherfuckers man, trick you out of your freedom, man. Don't let these people take you off your square, stand on your nuts, and stand up for what you believe in, man. This year we have to do something to level up. We got to take it to the next level. We got it to the next level of freedom, right? We're already on Freedom's March. We got to get that much closer to Freedom's Landing. Okay, we got to get that much closer to Freedom's Landing so that we can achieve some level of autonomy and sovereignty in our lives, man, because right now we have about none. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? There's practically zero autonomy. Oh, ooh, this might be interesting. Just real quick.
Well, a warm welcome to this video where we're going to look at the key facts relating to monkeypox. First, we're going to think about how this disease spreads, how it's transmitted. It comes from close contact with animals or humans. It originally comes from animals. The reservoir is in animals. It's a zoonotic disease. It's spread in respiratory droplets, so we breathe it out so you can breathe it in through other people's exhaled air. It can be transmitted from the lesions, that means the spots. It can also be transmitted by close direct skin-to-skin contact, especially people's exhaled air. It can be transmitted. The reservoir is in animals. It's a zoonotic disease. It's spread in
respiratory droplets. They wasn't saying that, right? Remember? They didn't say nothing about no respiratory droplets. Because this is the same way they said the coup spread. They said the coup spread the same way. Respiratory droplets. So now we're saying the monkeypox is airborne? Right? If you can breathe it in through people's exhaled air, then that means essentially that it's airborne. This guy is telling us that it's airborne. Interesting. Interesting. When
respiratory droplets, so we breathe it out so you can breathe it in through other people's exhaled air. It can be transmitted from the lesions, that means the spots. It can also be transmitted by close direct skin-to-skin contact, especially if there's some broken skin. It can also be transmitted in body fluids, and we know that some of the transmission at the moment is occurring in the male homosexual community, as the mucous membranes component there indicates. It can also be spread through contaminated materials, bed linen, clothing, towels, anything else like that, and a fomite is a physical object like a surface on which the virus can sit. Now, although the virus has been spreading in the male homosexual community at the moment, it's perfectly capable of spreading anywhere. That's just where it started off. Let's now go on and look at the clinical features. Now, this information on clinical features comes from the NHS and the World Health Organization. The incubation period is 6 to 13 days. That's from when someone is first exposed to the virus up until the onset of clinical features. And there's a prodromal lymph adenopathy. Now, the prodrome is when someone starts feeling ill before they have any specific features, and lymph adenopathy is swelling in the lymph glands, such as may occur in the neck, under the chin, in the armpits, or in the groin. The lymph adenopathy. That's prodromal, when the person just starts to feel ill. That comes on early. Then there's an acute illness with fever, more than 38.3 degrees centigrade, which is 101 degrees Fahrenheit. And of course, when you have these body temperatures, the person really feels quite ill. They have chills because when the body temperature is going up, the person feels cold. And they'll seek warmth. They'll try and put on blankets and keep warm. Usually there's quite a bad headache. There's muscle pain and muscle aches, back pain, muscle aches. Myalgia and intensa, this term here means weakness. There is a general weakness and tiredness. Followed by 1 to 3 days later, the progressive development of a rash. Now let's look at the rash. Here we see an example of the pussy spots caused by monkeypox. They can occur on any part of the body. Here we see another picture of the characteristic rash in monkeypox in a patient in Africa where the virus is endemic in certain areas. Now, this picture actually shows the progression of a single spot. So it starts with this raised area becoming more prominent here. Then it gets pussy, it fills with pus, and then after a while that will burst. Then it will dry out, and then it will gradually flake off, leaving a scab, and it can leave a bit of a scar. It can also be very itchy and sometimes painful, this rash. Now, this is a picture of the pussy rash that you get in smallpox, which is thankfully now eradicated. But it does show how similar a presentation smallpox is to the disease we now have, which is monkeypox. And for comparison, we can see the similar pussy spots that develop in monkeypox in this picture from the World Health Organization website. Now this rash often begins on the face, but in some recent cases the rashes began where the person was actually contaminated, where the disease was transmitted through, and this was through sexual activity in some cases. But generally it starts with the face, where it's more dense. There's a lot of pustular spots on the face. Spreads elsewhere in the body and to other parts of the body, and it includes the soles of the feet and the palms of the hand. And the person becomes symptomatic, and then the rash is 1 to 5 days after the first symptom. So they're infected, they become symptomatic, and then 1 to 5 days, typically 2 to 3 days after, the rash develops, after the patient first starts feeling unwell. The rash changes and goes through different stages before finally forming a scab, which later falls off, as we saw on those sequence of pictures from the NHS. It can look like chicken pox or syphilis or smallpox, as we noted. These are called pox because they have pussy spots. Thankfully we don't have smallpox anymore, but we do sometimes get chicken pox, but this is a completely different virus from the one we're talking about now, as is syphilis, which is a bacterial infection. Thankfully we see very little syphilis now because it's largely eradicated with effective antibiotic treatments. As we saw, it starts with raised spots forming into fluid-filled blisters, then scabs which fall off, and the lesions can be very itchy or painful. So have a high index of suspicion for these clinical features. Suspect monkeypox and contact medical advice or infectious diseases clinics as soon as you get that. The reason I'm particularly concerned about this is this disease can be passed on to children and cause severe disease in children. So know how it's transmitted, recognise it early, isolate, seek medical advice. Thank you for watching.
Cut it dry. Ugh. I like what this guy has to say sometimes, man.
Well, a warm welcome to today's talk, Sunday the 22nd of May.
Why is he saying that it's...
Now, we might be looking at some UK data later on. We'll see how we go for time. But I want to start off with...
Why is he saying that? When conventional wisdom has been that it's not spread through respiratory droplets, that it's very difficult to contract it. Right, you guys have witnessed it right here on this live stream, where they said that the ways to get it through the skin lesions, extremely close contact, booty hole tampering, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, now respiratory droplets in this motherfucker. That's the same shit they said about the coof, y'all. Where did he get? Because he has other videos talking about this. He has other videos where he's talking about the monkeypox, right? And how he had very little concern. He didn't think it was going to be a big thing. Apparently, he hasn't been paying attention to how governments deal with stuff like this. But he has, which is interesting. Let's see.
But pox just means this pustular. The topic today is a disease which you may have heard about in the press, monkeypox. So what is this monkeypox about? Now I'm going to just go over the basis of this in the first few minutes, then you can decide if you want to watch the video. Just to put your mind at ease straight away, is this going to cause another pandemic? No, it's not. Is it a relevant and interesting disease? Yes, it is. Now, monkeypox is endemic in animal reservoirs in Nigeria and other areas of Africa like Congo. So here's a case of monkeypox from Nigeria, I believe this case is. And we can see these pustular spots that characterise monkeypox. Now, looking at this, you couldn't tell if this was monkeypox or smallpox, but thankfully we know that smallpox has been eradicated. There's three diseases that can look fairly similar. There's monkeypox, smallpox, and cowpox, although most cases of cowpox now actually come from cats in the Western world at the moment. But this is monkeypox, the same type of virus. Monkeypox is not as deadly as smallpox, and it's less transmissible than smallpox. But as we say, the World Health Organization declared an end to smallpox in 1980, the last case being in 1977 from memory. Here we see these like pustular spots, these pussy spots that characterise monkeypox. And this has been in quite a few papers as well. But before that, let's just look at this. This is from the NHS site.
want to hear
So we see
how they
it can
contract
sometimes leave a bit of a scar. It can take a while to heal because of the infective process that's gone on in that site. So that's like the evolution of the condition. This has been in quite a few newspapers. The Guardian has been talking about this, for example. New York Times, monkeypox cases detected in Texas. Now, I just hasten to add that this New York Times article is from 2021. It's not current. So the UK stuff is bang up to date, May 2022. The States, as far as I know, there's no active cases at the moment. But Telegraph, for example, reporting that it's spreading in sexual networks. If that's the case, that's a new component to the disease. So that's what this is about. If you want to stick around, we're going to go into some detail now. Now, this is caused by orthopox virus. Now, pox means pox actually means these pussy rashes. So when people talk about the pox, they're often talking about syphilis. Because syphilis, you get primary syphilis with a chancre at the site of infection. Then you get secondary syphilis where you can get this rash. And it's a pustular rash, so it's described as a pox. Not to be confused with the English vernacular term for gonorrhea, which is the clap, which you might hear talked about in certain circles. But pox just means this pustular rash. So that's where the term comes from. But as I say, cowpox, smallpox, and monkeypox are the only diseases I've heard of at the moment. There are some others, but they're related to specific animals, and I don't think there's any around at the moment. And of course, smallpox isn't around. So we do get some cowpox, and now we've got some monkeypox. Now let's go straight to the definitive sources. There's been 7 cases in the UK, we believe, up to about 2 days ago. 4 of these, all in London so far, is 1%. Now that does sound low. The World Health Organization is probably near a 3.8% case fatality rate. So not insignificant if someone gets this, apart from the fact that people don't become symptomatic. Don't become infectious until they are symptomatic. It's not like COVID where people are transmissible, infectious before they're symptomatic. Here people become infectious when they are symptomatic. But apart from that, this is a DNA virus. Now COVID, of course, like influenza, is an RNA virus, a ribonucleic acid virus, as opposed to a deoxyribonucleic acid virus. And DNA, of course, is the same genetic material that we have ourselves. And the important thing about this is DNA viruses are able to correct genetic mistakes. So like if there's a mistake in the way that your genes work, the process of transcription and translation, if there's a mistake there, then the body can correct that. It can actually correct the way that the gene is incorrectly read in DNA, but with RNA it's not very good at that. But these DNA viruses can do that, and that means the mutation rate in DNA viruses is hundreds or even several thousand times slower than in RNA viruses. So we're not going to start seeing new variants. We're not going to have all this alpha, delta, whatever, Omicron situation, because it's such a slow mutator. Shouldn't be a problem. In fact, smallpox has been with us, well, as I say, officially declared eradicated in 1980 by the World Health Organization, but probably been afflicting humankind for 3,000 years that we know of, and probably a lot more. And of course, smallpox, this same group of viruses, was the disease that devastated the native population of the Americas, killing at least 300 million. But that's smallpox. This is monkeypox, but it is the same group of viruses. Cases are the West African strain.
How do you contract it?
Who can become infected, isolated, and that is excellent. We're not going to get uncontrolled spread. Those who have been in close proximity are being contacted with the current UK outbreak. Now, again, we're talking about transmission here. Now, that bit on transmission there was the UK official data.
Here we go.
This is from the CDC in the States. It's a zoonotic infection, so animal to human definitely happens. African rodents, a particular type of, I don't know if it's exactly a monkey, but a few different animals, rodents, squirrels in Africa. Also, there's human-to-human transmission, can be through broken skin, can be through the respiratory tract and the mucous membranes.
Okay,
now,
so
mucous membranes, of course, leaves open the possibility of sexual spread, as well as eyes, nose, mouth. Direct contamination with body fluids or lesion material. So the lesion material is the pussy stuff out of.
So he's consistent with the respiratory tract shit, which is very interesting because no other publication has mentioned respiratory tract. Well, yeah, inhalation of droplets or dust from cleaning contaminated rooms, but not from motherfuckers breathing out, right? Dust, inhalation of droplets. Okay. Well, I guess. But what's interesting to me is that they're not overhyping this respiratory shit. You know what I'm saying? They're not like saying, oh, it's airborne and you know you can breathe it through droplets, blah, blah, blah. Huh. Well, we'll see. All right, guys, I'm out of here for sure this time. Y'all stay up, stay down, however you want to stay. Stay that way. Keep it real, keep it funky. Keep it smelling good, however you want to do it. You know, it's your world. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, much love, like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. Let's keep marching forward toward freedom. All this, that, and the third. We freedom's marching up in this bitch. Thank you, my freedom fellow marchers, for coming through and checking your boy out. I will hopefully start doing more live streams and more things where I can do more videos and shit like that. I know I always say that, but you know, y'all know how I am, man. It's hard for me to get up on this technological shit and cameras and editing and all this other shit. You know, it's hard enough to spend enough time doing research to present you guys with shit. I mean, this is like full time, right? So, and I do it when I can. This is not my job. I don't make any money off of this. This is just something for I enjoy doing it because I want to spread that freedom march mentality among the people because that's what's going to work best for me and my family. The freer everybody else is, the freer I can be. And that's why I'm doing this. Actually kind of selfish. So, you know, it is what it is. Much love to you guys. And